This is number 3, so I'll try to make this simple. This video is purely for educational purposes only. I'm not responsible if you damage your own equipment or if you break something. It's solely on you. So I need you to understand that before going through and watching this video. It's the same with all my other videos. I'm an idiot doing something, and if it's successful, great. If it's not, well, crap. Anyway, with that, enjoy the video and enjoy tinkering, or whatever you want to call it. Hacking, whatever, blah. Alright, today I will be doing a video on my Raspberry Pi. I learned a lesson. The Raspberry Pi 4B, if you're going to run Ubuntu on it, don't do it without a proper heatsink. Honestly, when I picked this thing up, it was so hot I was afraid the chips and everything were going to fall off. Was it actually going to happen? No. But that's how hot it felt. So that scared the crap out of me. I did try to play 4K back on this when I did the video, the other video of me sort of like putting this into the box after the utter cluster of a situation I had trying to get this thing together. And so I couldn't use it for what I wanted. So I just went back and did my own thing. Put this aside, and that was it. Now it's been some time, and I got lucky and was able to order a proper heatsink for it. Although I've got to nitpick something about that, but what I wanted to do was go through and show the box that it came in. So in here, first off, cardboard box, which corrugated, so you know, quite strong. It's going to take a bit of a beating. When I send something like this, what I like to do is put tape all around the whole thing. And while it's not 100% necessary, that's just me. The fact the seller took the time to just simply put the tape around here, that's good. I'm not going to diss the fact that, oh, you know, easier to open, keeps it closed. This is good. The other thing is that when you finally get it, it has this bag. And I'll be honest, this is a rather thick material. I like it. I like the idea of this, sending something in this sort of bag, because it is way more reusable than, say, getting like that cardboard that you have to replace. I mean, of course, you order enough of these, you're going to have like way too many little bags, but more expensive still. I actually like this. So the seller who sent me this, you know, you did a really good job. I mean, I believe this is like their standard sort of thing, so, you know, great. And then it came to the actual box itself. So, not happy about that, but that's not the actual seller, that's the people who produce the item. So the way I have to put it is so close. Now I should also point out that I already had opened this, so I sort of knew what it was like inside. I already had a very good idea about what I was getting. But I really wanted to just point that out, that I really do like how this came shipped. I'm not too happy about the actual packaging that comes with the product, but that's not down to the seller, that's down to the manufacturer. Two different people, and you always have to learn to distinguish between that. You can't just simply turn around and go, "Ugh!" Which unfortunately you get a lot of people doing that these days. So, with that said, I'm going to attempt to assemble this. I have to admit, I do find it a little bit fancy that there are Allen keys. It comes with an Allen key and not like a regular screwdriver. I mean, I'm imagining these are going to be more sort of hard wearing and whatnot, but who knows. I do like the fact it comes with extra of those thermal pads. So I'm assuming they've got it so that in the event that you need to, well, you know, take it apart, you can put new ones on there. And looking at this myself, I'm not too happy the fact that these parts here are iron. I've got the covering on there. I don't really know what sort of effect it's going to have on heat transfer, but it's a bit iffy in my book. But still, you know, I spent like $25 on this. I'd hate to think how much it would cost to have one just like made for myself. I mean, I could actually, with the thing I've got, I could probably do this myself. It would definitely take a fair bit. I mean, I have to figure out some way of melting the aluminium or buying one, but that milling table I've got, yeah, that. I'm going to have to buy the bits as well. No, I know, I screw up a couple of times. You got to learn when to say about that sort of stuff about yourself, to say, well, definitely going to screw that up. So let's give it the college try and cross your fingers. Oh, has anyone ever like had Spam before? I mean, I had a tin of that today when I went to the shops, and oof, it's a bit, I don't know, I think the salt level sort of puts me off a bit from eating it. I mean, it's got a nice taste to it. It's nice. It really does have a nice taste to it. It's just that, I don't know. I should be doing this another way. Unfortunately, that's what I got. So that would definitely go there, and that would definitely go on there. But as for the rest of this, I am not sure. Ooh. Am I short a screw? Nope, it's in here. Alright, that's out. Okay. Have these been tapped? Yes. I worry for nothing. After the abuse I've given this blade, I gotta get a new one. Ooh, that is sticky. Careful, careful, careful. Maybe I should go back to that art shop in town and ask about craft knives. Won't be doing it today, though. There we go. So I imagine that goes on there. And I imagine the RAM one going to stick a RAM. Personally, I'd feel much more comfortable using thermal paste on bare copper, but on bare aluminium, sorry. But in this case, I'm going to guess that this material is basically designed for this specific application. I'm not really happy about using it, but here's the thing, it does work. So I had one of those moments where I'm thinking, oh shit. I was going to try to swear less on this, on my videos, but oops. Oh wow, that's actually stuck on already. Alright, so I've got to fix that. Ooh. Alright, that should be good. Well, at least I know it's making contact. I actually had someone, a friend, offer me to their Raspberry Pi 4, and I'm like, well, I already got one, you know, I just have to do this. So I'm hoping sometime tomorrow start tackling this part. This is the part I'm a bit sort of wary of. See, usually, or I'd feel more comfortable if I had some sort of like washer to stick in between these, what do you call it? Between these screw holes here, so you don't accidentally crush the PCB or break any of the tracks. Which is probably something I could have done, and you'd be wanting to use like non-contact. Yeah, now I'm overthinking things, which has gotten me into trouble before, and I have been told off by people like, oh, you shouldn't overthink it, you know, rah, 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 and I'm like, I'd rather not make a costly mistake. Okay, that appears to be in place. It doesn't look like it's making any sort of special contact anywhere, so hopefully there won't be any boom booms, you know, like a short circuit and bang, because they're not very entertaining. Now I think that sits on like that, or sits on like that. I forget, I'll have to look that up. Alright, so looking online, red goes like, this goes like this. Two sets from, so you got one set on this side here, and then you go here, here, and here. And there we go. I've got a power supply here. It's not the official Pi one, but hopefully it will be enough to get this thing to post. And so it doesn't load an operating system, I will unplug my SD card. I'll plug my power supply in. Alright, I am happy with that. So I can turn that off. Wow, those fans made no noise. I was worried they're going to be like, woo! Lucky me. Alright, so I'll put my memory card back in. And I'm going to say, I'm done. But I will definitely put that back in there so I don't lose them. Like so. Man, this case was a waste of money. I mean, trying to do anything serious with the Pi, this thing's clearly not competent for it. I mean, literally, I felt the safest thing to do, not the safest, but the better thing to do for longevity of my Pi 4 was to put a heatsink like this on it. I mean, yikes. I mean, looking at this, I can't see any reasonable purpose for this bottom one here. But definitely this top one, and the fans, you know, probably not the best. I mean, I would have had like proper fans up the top here, and that's what if I was designing myself. But still, this should be adequate for what I want. Now I'm glad I actually made sure to double check that I got that installed correctly, because whoops, you don't want to screw that shit up. Anywho, that's going to be the video. Yibbity yibbita.